Hello, this is Double C, and nice to meet you again. Today I, pre- I introduce the motivation of my travel, and first I write down the script uh, with my mother tongue language, and using Google Translator and convert to English. So the sentence will be a little bit strange, but hmm, uh, it uh, this way is much more uh, make you understand make you understand better. So let's start. And when people around me know I have been on the travel, mm, ask why I started and how I prepared. And I was a student for the last one semester of graduation who had no plan to travel 2 weeks before I left my country. Now is much more severe situation. In 2008, it took a lot of effort to get a job. I also was one of the many job seeker students, and I went to school, library, and boarding house routinely on summer vacation. I had taken for granted the daily repetition of life. In the late evening, the way back to the boarding house was a dark alley that people didn't pass by, and there were rare street lights. Uh, Looking at it, I struggled. Uh, Looking at it, mm, I struggled with myself, saying that if I suffered a little more, I could find a job, earn money, marry, and build a family. But sometimes uh, I, I thought if the result is not good, mm, some days I suffered from insomnia, so I had to drink a cup of liquor, mm, to be able to fall asleep. If I had anxiety, I would choose to avoid it rather than trying to solve the cause. Even if I play a computer game, mm, the anxiety will be uh, uh, was resolved at that moment, but I was not able to stop myself, even though I know the regrets that are coming after the end. I felt guilty for my parents who helped me to study from the countryside, and the professor who was dedicated to my career, but I felt like I would leave right now. The game, the game of only 1 hour extended all day, and there were days not went outside. Tomorrow, with a new mindset, I felt asleep and disappointed myself with the appearance that didn't change the next day. And as the uh, life continued, and I thought maybe life was just waiting for the day I died. I also saw the people making. I I could understand a little bit someone who making extreme um, choice like suicide. Mm, I was serious to find. It was serious to find meaning of meaning in life. I thought about the future that was left. If life goes by the way I always think in the street lights that come back home, I am going. I am going the way others want. I am going the way others want, but is it the way I want? Hmm. And is there any case that I can't do anything that I want because I have a lot of things cannot give up that I mm, go to this way? Mm, I'm I'm the owner of my life and I wanted to make important decision once in my life. As I as I looked at the ceiling of the boarding house and continued my thoughts, and I showered and I went outside. What do I want to do before I graduate? Graduate? Mm, I wandered all over the place and accidentally saw a singer's music video coming out of a restaurant. Easter Island came out in the background. Hmm. I thought, that amazing place. What amazing place this is. Where is there? Oh, when do I go to that place? When I returned to the boarding house and looked up Easter Island on Google Map, I confirmed that it was the middle of the South Pacific. I felt like there was no tie with me, uh, who had never been abroad. But when I looked at the world map, my heart began to pound. Uh, began to pound. Mm. The next day, I started looking for where mysterious place I didn't know. In particular, in particular, Uyuni Salt Desert and Aurora, where were fun to see only the images. My dark daily life began to spring up. Spring up. I I really wanted to go over there. Even I mm, got late for work because of travel. It was my first subjective decision in my life. I decided to travel, but I had to decide what kind of transportation to use. But um, if I uh, if I go abroad, I wanted to meet more local people than travelers. I think I missed people a lot when I was preparing for a job, even though there were many people in libraries. It was no different with boarding house in Singer. Travel on foot to meet people. The luggage was heavy, and the traveling distance in a day was too short. So I thought it was not possible for me. I thought that a bicycle would be suitable. So I searched the internet and there were people who traveled by bicycle. I've never traveled abroad and I've never been on a bicycle travel. But since I do what I want, I feel confident that I will be able to do anything. And I have made a reservation from the plane ticket. This was 2 weeks before the travel. So Today, the motivation of travel, the first section is end. So next uh, next week I will prepare mm, more interesting story and study YouTube skills. Thank you to listening my uh, thank you to listening my story. See you next time. Bye.